Hi guys, welcome to Vintage Van Life. So I'm in the house at the moment, staying with my friends Mark and Rachel. The van is out on the drive, which is currently where it lives, and I'm going to be working on it to try and sort out some of the running problems. So Rachel's at work, Mark should be home, so let's go and find him first. Where are you, Mark?
Just in the kitchen.
Ah. Oh, there you are. How you doing?
Yeah, not bad.
You up to much today, or?
No, just tidying, you know.
Yeah. Day off from work.
Yeah, usual.
Cool. Alright, well I'll catch up with you in a bit then.
Yeah.
Okay, so since I arrived I haven't actually tidied up in here, so I think, to be honest, that's probably the first thing I need to do, just to make it more presentable. I've spent the last couple of hours doing something that I really never enjoy doing. Cleaning. Of course, my van at home, a lot of people recognise it, it's been seen around a lot, but it's in a totally new environment, so a lot of the neighbours here have commented they really like it, and they said they're really interesting. But Mark, what do you think of it?
Does it come in black?
Right, now that I can actually get in the camper and move around in here, it's probably about time I started to make it run properly. It's been about a week since I last filmed anything to do with the camper, and it's also been a week since I've done anything with the camper. Starting this new job at Warwick has been good fun, but a lot of work. And when I get home in the evening, the last thing I want to do is anything but lie down in bed. However, after driving up here and having all those problems, it's time to go through them one by one. So first, I'm going to be looking at the carburettor, then the exhaust pipe, and then the squealing belt on my alternator. So it's been about 3, 4, 5 days, I think. About 5 days since I recorded talking about the carburettor and the exhaust and everything. But we've just had another heat wave, and it's been exceeding 35 degrees for the last week or so. And I really don't do heat very well. So in the winter when you get people wearing shorts and t-shirts in the snow, and you're like, God, look at that weirdo. I'm one of those weirdos. I thrive in cold weather. It has to get so cold before I'll complain. But in hot weather I'm pretty useless, and I really suffer in it. So I just haven't been able to do any work on the van. But this evening, because I've had a day off from the castle, I'm hoping when the sun starts to subside I can do some adjustments on the vehicle. But at the moment, oh boy, it's too hot. Anyway, I'm braving the sun at the moment, got my hat on. So with the carburettor here, one of the things I found the other day when I started looking at it was this bolt here was actually quite loose. And I wasn't entirely sure where fuel was leaking from, but I think it may have been on the join. So the float chamber here, it's all kind of one piece, and it looks like there's only 3 bolts that hold it. There's kind of 1 and 2, and then the third one. So rather than take this all apart, I'm just going to tighten everything up and just hope that that solves the problem. Boy oh boy, it's hot. Sheesh. So I've tightened up those bolts on the carb. One of the things with the exhaust pipe here is, look at that. This is really, really tight, and then that's just flopping about like this. I've always found this kind of exhaust joint to be unreliable. My Model T Ford, when I had it, used to have this huge nut that used to go on, the actual end of the manifold was threaded. It was flawless, and that was well over 100 years ago. But this, maybe I need to get like a compression ring or something. Just had this all apart, realigned the exhaust pipe, and I've tightened it as tight as it would possibly go, to the point where these bolts are going to shear off if I go any tighter. And look, still flaps about in there. It's obviously the size of the manifold flange at the end is much larger than the one on the top of the downpipe, so this is as tight as it will go, and it's still not tight enough. Gonna have to improvise. Oh, okay, so I've been working on the van, but it's so hot, I'm just suffering. I did get her the start and run, and the fuel leak on the carburettor does seem to have stopped. However, that really won't be obvious until I actually properly drive it, which I think is when I noticed that it was actually leaking. The exhaust pipe, however, no matter what I do at the moment, is just going to flap around, so it's incredibly throaty, very, very loud. And because I'm in a residential area now, I'm reluctant to keep revving the engine and running it on a Sunday, or any day. So I need to do a bit of research, possibly get one of those metal rings, the compression rings that go in, that join exhaust pipes, to see if it will pack it out a little bit. If not, I don't know, I'll have to improvise. Hi there guys, so it's been a long time since I've really done any filming with the camper. So in the last few shots I was complaining about how hot it was. It's now mid to late November and it's cold. And over the last 3 months I've been working full time on the history team at Warwick Castle, doing tour guides and talking about the history and artefacts and all of that kind of thing. And I've done nothing with this van. On my days off, the last thing I wanted to do was anything but lie in bed and watch Netflix. So basically, I'm getting back on track now with the camper because my job was seasonal and my contract has come to an end. So I'm actually going to be taking this camper van back to Pembrokeshire in South Wales, where I will find whatever job I can, and I shall continue to work on this van and get back on it with YouTube and vintage van life and everything. And it'd be really nice to continue because, as you can see, the van is getting there, but it's still not done yet.